please stand to greet our bride. Yes, please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome. Michael and Danielle have gathered us in this place and at this time so that we can share in their love for each other and witness as they profess their marriage vows. They have come today to profess their love and devotion to each other, their trust and faith in their future together, and their intent to celebrate their love each day in that profound commitment called marriage. Danielle and Michael are so happy to share this day with all of you and appreciate the efforts that you have made to travel from near and far to witness this milestone moment in their lives. They also remember with love those family members not able to be with us today. In choosing marriage, they give themselves freely and generously into the hands of the one they love. In doing so, they each receive the love and trust of the other as their most precious gift. But even as that gift is shared by Danielle and Michael, it also touches the friends and family members who support and contribute to their relationship. All of us are Michael and Danielle's community. And one of the reasons gathering as a community is such an important part of a wedding ceremony is because we are witnessing Danielle and Michael taking a new form as a married couple. And in this form, they become a part of our community in a new way. It is especially fitting on a number of levels that we gather here at Civic Theater to celebrate Danielle and Michael's wedding. This space is usually filled with drama and comedy, storytelling and writing come to life, and all of those are important parts in Danielle and Michael's world. This is a community theater, which means that people from the Rochester area serve as the actors, directors, technicians, and audiences for the productions staged here. It is a mostly volunteer effort by and for the community. That is true today as well. Danielle and Michael's community has turned out in force. And we are filling the parts of audience and actors. They are surrounded by their attendants, their supporting cast, who represent the many phases of their life and people who have stood with them through the years. Michael and Danielle are, of course, in the starring roles. Among the audience members, we find parents, grandparents, friends, and family members who have loved, supported, and encouraged Danielle and Michael, and who have always applauded their efforts. Another reason that the theater is a perfect venue for their ceremony is because Danielle and Michael's courtship can be told as a love story in 3 acts. The curtain first rose the fall of their freshman year of high school. A mutual acquaintance introduced them during the first hour study hall on their very first day at Century High School. Danielle recalled those early interactions. In the first few days, I was just getting to know everyone, and I soon realized that I could probe that smart boy for homework help, which he gracefully elected to provide. He seemed really nice, but we seemed to have nothing in common except study hall. I was the chick who wore studded jewelry and listened to metal, and to me, Michael seemed to be an innocent schoolboy. And Danielle was, in fact, a new experience for Michael. He shared his first impressions of Danielle this way. I was struck by how different Danielle was than the students I was used to. The spiked purple hair in particular made an impression. In the coming years, they would come to value their differences and to realize that they share what they refer to as the important things in life, their values and priorities. Michael and Danielle were both involved in many school activities, but the only one they shared was the speech team. Danielle had participated in the local mask theater for children and utilized the skills she developed there in the poetry category of the speech team. And Michael leveraged his interest in politics and current affairs to compete in the extemporaneous category for speech. But they did manage to connect on bus rides and at the speech competitions. And Danielle knew that she had early feelings of more than friendship for Michael when she admitted to her speech coach that she would be jealous if she knew that Michael was dating someone else. They confined their high school dating experiences to a few formal dances and one first date that lives on in their memories to this day. Michael invited Danielle to a performance of the complete works of William Shakespeare Abridged right here at Civic Theater, with plans for dinner first at the Old Aviary Restaurant. Wanting to do everything right, when they arrived at the restaurant, Michael jumped out of the car and opened Danielle's door for her. After helping her out, Danielle calmly asked if he intended to turn the car off before entering the restaurant. They successfully navigated dinner and arrived here at the theater, and Danielle remembers it was a fantastic show of Shakespeare's work, and I was a huge fan. Getting Danielle home after the play turned into a bit of a harrowing experience. It was raining and very dark. Some of you may know that Michael can be a bit directionally challenged at times, and he needed Danielle's help to find her house again, and they had some close encounters with a couple of parked cars along the way. While Danielle remembers that date as one of the best planned dates she's ever been on, Michael was uncomfortable with its execution and didn't speak with her again for a while, bringing the curtain down on Act 1 of the Danielle and Michael love story. Act 2, the college years, is a story of growth, reconnection, and love found. Michael and Danielle attended different universities, but with a suggestion from Danielle's mom, they started a tradition of getting together for dinner when they were both home in Rochester. Those dinners kept the spark of interest alive as time passed. June of 2008 found both Michael and Danielle in town for the summer, and they got to spend some real time together, including the night of and morning after Danielle's 21st birthday, when she finally took the initiative and collected a kiss from Michael. They dealt with the challenges of trying to build a long-distance relationship when Michael returned to Madison that fall for his senior year. He recalled a pivotal moment in the relationship for him this way. I knew for sure that I loved Danielle the day in November of 2008 when I learned I'd be teaching in the Twin Cities, and I couldn't wait to call Danielle and to let her know. The apprehension I felt about teaching anywhere else that would therefore be further away from her, and the absolute exhilaration when I knew I'd get to be closer to her, to me, were a message about how important she was to me and how much I truly loved her. It was during the first year that they were together in the cities that they both came to the realization that they wanted to be together forever. Danielle shared, "It was a gradual process for me. It really solidified when we started living together. Before that, everything had been spread out across time and distance. You really need to get to know someone, the good and the bad, when you live together. I feel that you don't really know a person until you live with them. You have to know their sleeping, cleaning, and eating habits." That sounds a bit clinical and pseudoscience-y, but I'll stick to it, she said. It's the little things that make me want to be with Michael forever. Like the way he always brings me berries from the grocery store because he knows I love them. Mutes the title credit music that I hate when we watch TV shows, and gives me a snack when he knows I'm cranky from hunger. That first year in Minneapolis was a turning point for Michael, too. He said, during our first year in the Twin Cities, Danielle was taking classes and working, and I was going through my first year as a teacher. It was a busy time for both of us, and any number of things could have proven too much for a fragile relationship to bear. Instead, Danielle was unfailingly supportive, and we both went out of our way to help each other through the tough moments. I could tell that neither of us was doing this out of a sense of obligation or because we were supposed to. Instead, looking out for each other had become a deep reflex, something done continuously and unconsciously. I knew then, if that's how we responded to being under pressure and seeing each other under pressure, that I wanted to be with Danielle forever. All of which brings us to Act 3 of the Danielle and Michael love story titled, At Last. After knowing each other 10 years and sharing 2.5 years in the Twin Cities, Danielle completed her mortuary science studies in December of 2011. She recalled the setup for the proposal this way. I was wrapping up my last week of classes and studying hard for my board exams when Michael asked me if he could book the day after my finals for us to spend the entire day together. I, of course, said yes. This might have been a tip-off for some other people. But Michael is wonderful and is always coming up with dates and plans so that I can be surprised, because I love being surprised. And he can have everything set up and organized. I was given 3 themes and a $100 budget, 2 costumes, 3 characters that I was to invent before the big day. I love character creation, and being able to bring my imagination to life is something that I have great joy in. Unfortunately, a few days before the big surprise, Michael pulled a muscle in his back and was in significant pain. I kept asking him if he wanted to postpone or alter our plans, but he was determined to stick to the plan for the day. Over the course of that day, Danielle's characters, her rock star alter ego, Danny California, her fantasy epic character, Dawn Kingsblood, and 1940s film noir femme fatale, Ruby Desolé, each made appearances in scenarios the 2 of them played out. In Michael's words, he used this approach to show that even as we get older, it's important to always have fun and play together. They finished the day at the Lori Pasta Bar, one of Danielle's favorite restaurants, where Michael gave her paper and pen and said that they were each to write a poem about themselves before they got to dessert. He made arrangements with the staff to have their dessert served on the empty top floor of the restaurant. After sharing the poems they had written, Michael painfully got down on one knee and asked her to marry him, to which Danielle replied, "Of course." The new act in the Danielle and Michael love story begins today. It is called marriage. It begins with our ceremony and celebration today, and we hope will be filled with much happiness and love and last for many years to come. The reading for today is one of Danielle's favorites, I Carry Your Heart by E. E. Cummings. As with other Cummings poetry, this piece refuses to be bound by the rules of the English language or punctuation, much to the disappointment of the English teacher in Michael. But it is a powerful poem about deep, profound love, the kind that can keep the stars apart and that can transcend emotion or logic. They have asked Rachel Ossie to read for us today. Rachel is a friend of Michael and Danielle's from their time in the Twin Cities, where Rachel is part of Michael's Teach for America Corps. She is one of the regulars of the long-standing Wednesday meetups at Baker's Square for Pie. Rachel, could you step forward, please?
I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always say is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope, or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart.
Thank you, Rachel. Danielle and Michael, may you always remember that you do indeed carry each other's heart and be gentle caregivers, honoring that trust. You have chosen to come together today before your family and friends and commit yourselves to a lifetime of married love. The vows you are about to share will bind you to each other in a new way, so that you may continue to grow as individuals and as a couple. You will know that you always have someone to depend on, to lean on, to confide in, and someone who loves you unconditionally. But you will also know that you have a responsibility to support each other as you reach for your goals, to nurture each other when one of you is feeling vulnerable, to encourage each other when doubts arise, and to love each other always. You will invest yourselves in creating your future together, compromising when necessary for the benefit of your marriage, and working to keep your love strong and visible in your daily life. Understanding and accepting these responsibilities to each other, is it your intention to join your lives in marriage?
It is.
Danielle and Michael both love writing and don't mind a moment in the spotlight either. They have written their vows for today in a dialogue format and will share them with each other and all of us now. Danielle and Michael, please step forward and declare your vows.
Michael, I love you.
Danielle, I love you.
I love you for who you are, your loving nature, your drive to improve the world, your humor, and your awkward moments.
I love you for your fierce loyalty, your style, your refusal to quit, and your sense of fun.
I love that I trust you completely and that you keep me grounded, especially when difficult times come.
I love that you inspire me and encourage me to try new things.
I promise to never let you take yourself too seriously. And I also promise that although the future is uncertain, we will face what comes together.
I promise to always take you seriously. And I promise that for all our years to come, as we learn how to be grown up together, we will never stop having fun.
I promise to be the best wife I can be and to love you unconditionally.
I promise to be the best husband I can be and to love you unconditionally.
May I have the ring, please? Rings have a long tradition as the outward sign of married love and are rich in symbolism. They are made of precious metals as the love you share is precious. They are circular with no beginning and no end. They are worn as an announcement to all others, I love and I am loved. Michael, please place the ring on Danielle's left hand as you repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Wear it and think of me and know that I love you.
Wear it and think of me and know that I love you.
And Danielle, please place the ring on Michael's left hand as you repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Wear it and think of me and know that I love you.
Wear it and think of me and know that I love you.
Danielle and Michael have chosen the love letter and wine box ceremony for their unity ritual. They will place a bottle of wine and a love letter from each to the other into the box. The letters describe the good qualities they find in one another, the reasons they fell in love, and the hopes they have for their future together. The letters are sealed in individual envelopes and they have not seen what the other has written. Next year, on their first anniversary, they will open the box, share the wine, and read the letters that they've written for each other. They will also write new letters, sharing their thoughts and memory of their first year of marriage, and sharing again what they love about each other and hope for their future. The new letters and a new bottle of wine will be placed into the box to await the next anniversary when the cycle will repeat. In this way, Danielle and Michael will chronicle the growth and path of their love and marriage in one of their favorite ways, through the written word. This annual ritual will offer them the opportunity to reflect on their past, to recommit to their present, and to focus on the future they want to build together. Michael and Danielle, please place your wine and love letters in the wine box and secure it now. To Danielle and Michael, nothing is more important than family and friends. At this time, I ask all of you gathered here to pledge your support for the marriage as Michael and Danielle have pledged themselves to each other. For as much as a marriage is about the connection of two people, the support of their community can help it flourish and grow. Or as Michael observed, what happens on the stage is meaningless without an audience. So I ask you, friends and family gathered here today, will you support this marriage? Will you offer Danielle and Michael the benefit of your experience and wisdom? Will you respect them as a married couple and support them in their desire to live a life of love, happiness, commitment, and support? Will you cheer them on and applaud them as they become a family unto themselves? If you are willing to take on these roles, please respond, we will.
We will.
Thank you. Danielle and Michael, the riches of your life surrounds you at this moment. You are wrapped in the love of your family and friends gathered here with you. You are cradled in the commitment you have declared to each other this afternoon. You are warmed by the love you share and invigorated by the possibilities the future holds for you. On behalf of your community of family and friends, Tessa and Alex will join me to extend our wishes for you as you embark on your marriage journey.
May you have love in your life. May this love between you be strong and enduring and bring a deep and abiding peace into your life.
May you build a loving home filled with warmth, humor, and compassion. May your home be a source of refuge and rejuvenation for all who enter there.
May you be best friends and work together to build a relationship of substance and quality. May your sense of humor and playful spirit continue to enliven your relationship.
May you find wisdom together. May you grow together, deepening your knowledge and understanding of each other and of your journey through life.
May you have good health. May you keep each other well balanced and grounded and live long and that you may share many happy years together.
May your life be enriched with the art and beauty of this world. May your creative aspirations and experiences find expression, inspire you, and bring you joy and fulfillment.
And finally, may you be surrounded by a loving community. May you always have the awareness that you are an essential part of a circle of family and friends. May there always be within this group love, trust, support, and laughter, and may there be many future occasions for celebrating in our company. Danielle and Michael, you have declared your vows, professing your love and devotion to one another and your intent to build your future together. It is my privilege and my great honor to pronounce that you are now husband and wife. I'm thrilled to introduce to you all, as a married couple, Danielle and Michael. Please join me in a round of applause for them as they share their first kiss.
She told me what to say, and she